Hello people and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about bodybuilding and the true cost of how much it costs from a beginner to a pro. I wanted to do this video for a while because I feel like people don't realise how much bodybuilding costs to actually get into. It can be quite cheap if you just want to get fitter. But if you want to take it seriously, that's when it starts costing a lot. So we're going to get into the video. I'm going to tell you all the costs of everything what I've broke down. If you want to skip to a certain spot, there's a timestamp down in the description so you can go to a certain spot. So when you start in bodybuilding career, the first thing you're going to be wanting to do is joining the gym. And joining the gym is pretty much the simplest thing you can do to improve your body. It's the first thing that most people do as a beginner before anything else. Depending on budget and where you live, it can cost different amounts. Joining a gym will cost anything between £20 to £100. Like I said, if you're living down in London, it's going to cost more. Just the living in London is always more expensive. But where I am at the moment in the Midlands, it's £26. So it's pretty much average for most gyms. And my gym is a 24-hour gym, so I can go anytime I want. You probably pay a bit more if you're looking at one of them commercial gyms with a swimming pool, like a sort of Nuffield, probably around the £40 mark. But I would say roughly most gyms will be between, I would say, £30 to £40 a month. If you want to save a bit more money though, you can pay all in one go. At my gym, I think it's a £200, so you're going to save a bit of money over the year, but obviously most people can't afford a lump sum. So you're looking around at, I would say, £30 a month is the average of any gym. So now you've got your gym all booked in, you're probably wondering what is next. And I would say it is clothing. Obviously you need to go to the gym. You can't just go in jeans and some ordinary t-shirt. You can if you want, but you're gonna look out of place. You want to be able to get yourself some gym gear, and this is where it can cost a lot of money depending on what you are as a person. If you're very stylish, fashion conscious, you could be looking up to hundreds of pounds. Obviously you can go to somewhere like Gymshark, or you can go somewhere like a Primark and just get a cheap outfit, because it's just to go to the gym in. It all depends on your own budget. So I think roughly you should be looking around £50 to about £200 for something that I would say is suitable. The only thing is, what I would suggest actually spending some money on is a good pair of trainers. If you're thinking about just doing standard exercises, get a good pair of trainers. Anything more than £60, with a good comfortable sole on. You don't want cheap trainers because they do fall apart. If you're looking to be a bit more advanced in your gym workout, so you're looking to do stuff like deadlifts, squats, I suggest getting also a pair of flat shoes, something like a Converse or something similar to that, because you need a hard base. The only reason is because if you use your running trainers to do a squat or something where you're pushing from your feet, it's gonna absorb a bit of the actual power. When you have a hard shoe, it actually goes straight into that push, so there's no friction, there's no absorption in the heel, and it makes the lift more better. You don't want to buy any more trainers, you can just use your bare feet. I see a lot of people doing that, but just make sure you don't get verrucas. Next cost in being a bodybuilder is probably, I would say, the most important, and that is food. If you don't get the right food, you won't get to that physique you want, that strength you want. So food is very, very important. Gym is there to help you, but food is there to actually support you more on your journey. I would say it's about 70-30 in food to the gym, so food is very important. Obviously, to build muscle you need protein, so a lot of meat is important. If you don't eat meat, then obviously you'll be getting other food ingredients which are gonna give you protein, like nuts, and or array of other stuff I wouldn't know because I'm not a vegan. But meat is essential to grow muscle. I roughly spend about 100 to 150 pounds in meat a month, so I am about 180 pounds, just above. So you think the bigger you are, the more meat you need. So also with the cost of meat, you need to buy stuff like your rice or your pasta, your potatoes, all your snacks in between, everything to do with your meals, like your sauces, your vegetables, and it all adds up. I would say you're roughly going to be spending over £200 a month on food, which you might think is a lot, but on average, a person does spend about that much in shopping anyway. If you cut out all the bad things out of your shopping, you probably would be spending this anyway, you know, on an average household. If you are going to be serious about actually developing in bodybuilding, you need to have a good diet and make sure you got enough money for the food, because the food is probably the most important aspect of the whole video. So what I've just gone through at the moment is, I would say, pretty much what an average gym goer, person who's like, I'm enjoying the gym, I've been to the gym now for a few months, I'm seeing results and it's going well. But is there anything else that can help to gain more muscle or my performance? And this is where supplements come in. If you don't know what supplements are, they are I would say a replacement. If you can't get enough protein, you take protein powder. If you can't get enough vitamin C, you take vitamin C tablets. They all help you if you can't get the daily amount in your diet. And there is a vast range. Me personally, I would try and stick to foods, because you can get most of what you need in a supplement in actually food. So I would try and stick to it as much as possible. But one I would say that you can't, it would take absolutely ages and a lot of food to do, is actual creatine. Creatine is a substance that helps you recover from your workout. It does help you grow muscle, but it won't show amazing results. It's very, very minimum, but it does help with growth of the muscle and recovery. Other stuff like protein powders are there for helping if you can't hit your protein levels. You have also got your intra-workouts, stuff like that, which help you throughout the workout. If you're feeling a bit tired through workouts, they help you. And then you have pre-workouts, which are there to take before your workout, which give you a boost. Basically, in your workout, there's an energy rush, I would say, and they will help you if you're feeling tired, that day, and give you a lift up, give you a boost up, I would say, in your workout. You've also got vitamins and minerals and all the array, like zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D, because if you don't have enough fish, you have cod liver oil tablets. If you don't get enough sun, you can get the vitamin D tablets. If you don't drink enough juice or have enough fruit, you got the vitamin C. All of these are there to help you be healthier. So I suggest, if you don't have certain foods, I would take one. And for me, I have cod liver oil tablets because I hate fish, so I have them. I don't eat enough fruit, which I need to start eating more, so I have some vitamin C tablets, and I just have a multivitamin tablet as well, because it just helps me know I'm hitting the vitamins that I'm not getting. Protein, I usually have one scoop a day, and also I take creatine. Pre-workouts I take when I need to. I don't suggest you take pre-workout every day, because your body will get used to it, and then the pre-workouts really won't have no effect on you. So people do take pre-workout too much, and it's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be taken when you need it, on tired days when you don't feel like you can do a very good workout. So just remember don't take pre-workout every single day. So all these supplements are, you're looking anything between £10 to £30. A creatine you can get for about £10, £20, a better one. Most proteins can be anything between £30 to £40. Most pre-workouts are around £30, and your vitamins can range from a couple of pounds up to £10, depending on obviously the make and the brand. If you're looking at a monthly total of supplements, you're probably looking around £100 to £150, obviously depending on the quality, the make, and how much you're actually buying, because obviously they come in different sizes. So all the points I've gone through at the moment, that is pretty much an average gym goer. You've got your food, you've got your gym sorted, you have your clothes, what you wear for the gym, and you have a few supplements. And this is pretty much what most people at the gym do. They don't do anything else. This is I would say, the standard level of most gym goers. But if you're wanting to improve yourself in either strength, physique, or diet wise, you probably need a coach, or thinking about getting a coach or PT. And this is where it starts going up in price. This is where everything starts going up, and because obviously you're asking for help from a professional, which can array from anything from £40 to, you could say, £500 a month. If you're looking just for a PT who's going to train you once a week, they can charge anything from £25 to £40, depending on what they're like. Just be careful, see what they've actually achieved. Doesn't mean just because they haven't achieved much or they haven't got many photos, they're not any good. They could be new, but could be really good. If you're wanting to become strong, you would probably go for somebody who's lifting a lot, because obviously they are capable of teaching you strength. But it doesn't also mean that somebody who doesn't lift that much isn't a bad coach. They could just be a very good coach in teaching people how to lift. So just be careful. The best thing I would say is look at people who they've coached, or search around, look for comments for actual reviews on actual coaches, PTs, and choose the best one that suits you. Obviously the price range is going to be important to you because it can add up a lot. If you're looking for a coach, a prep coach, or somebody who's going to be doing like a 12-week shred, you're going to be probably looking around about £120 to £250 a month. This is how much they usually charge for like a prep coach who basically does all your food, your macros, or your nutrition, your training plan, so you don't have to worry about anything and do this every month. A 12-week shred will probably be around that price as well. So if you're looking for a coach for a contest, or just somebody to look after you so you don't have to do any of the work, you're probably looking, I would say probably a couple of £100. Obviously, again, depend on experience. If you're going to go for somebody who's won the Olympia and he's a coach who's trained Phil Heath, you're going to expect to pay a lot more, because obviously he's won medals. So just be careful on what you want. To get a bit more toned or get a bit more muscle, you don't have to go to the top to achieve that. You've now got a coach and you are really thinking about, well, shall I go and compete? And if you thought all the rest was mounting up, you just remember, if you're doing all the other things now, competing is going to be another addition to cost on this. And if you thought coaching was expensive, wait until you find out how much it is to compete. Competing is very expensive, and if the more you want to do it, the more expensive it's going to get. If you want to go to the highest level, then trust me, if you're not well off, you need to start saving as soon as you watch this video. To compete in any show from the start, you need to get a membership, and this can be anything depending on the actual federation. It could be from £50 to £100. It could probably be even more, so you can't compete without a membership. Then you got to choose a show, And this could also cost you anything from £50 to a couple of £100, depending on where the show is, depending on obviously the categories, depending on the federation. Again, when you book a show, obviously you need a tan. It actually makes the muscles show up a lot better. If you want to go and get a professional tan on the day, you're looking at a minimum of £50, and you usually have 2 coats, so you're probably looking around £100, maybe £150. If you know somebody who does spray tans, then get them, because it'll be a lot cheaper, or get somebody to put the tan on, but obviously it's not going to be as professional. So get somebody who knows how to tan. It might actually save you a bit more money. On professional photos of the day, you're looking around £50 to £100 for a set of photos. It is nice, you've done all that hard work, and if you've got nothing to show for it, you're risking it trying to find yourself on social media, photos. So I suggest get somebody to actually take photos of you if they are quite good with a camera, or if you haven't got no one to do that, get them taken by a professional, because it's something that you might not ever do again, and you're going to be in the best shape of your life, so you want to have a nice memory of some photos to show what you actually went through. The last part of this is travel and accommodation. A lot of people book these shows, but just actually forget about how much it costs to actually travel to the show. If you are thinking about going to a show, a lot of them will not be in your area. They might be close, but they probably might be in a different area. So you've got to think about how much it costs to get there. Are you going to travel there on the day and compete on the day and then come back? Which I suggest you don't, because if something happened, like a traffic accident where you're going to miss the show, you're going to actually waste all that money on the show, and you do not get your money back. So I suggest getting a hotel, a B&B the day before, and obviously that will cost towards it. So we're coming to the final part, and this is if you really want to become a pro. I advise you, if you are thinking of becoming a pro, you really, to compete against the best, you need to be on steroids. It's one of them horrible things that you have to do. I know it's hard if people don't want to take it. There is natural bodybuilding competitions, but if you really want to be out there with the big people of the bodybuilding world, steroids is the only way to actually compete against them, because they are taking them. I suggest, if you are not thinking of competing to become a pro, I wouldn't recommend it. You're going to be risking your life. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, I've never taken them myself. This video is about price and how much it is to become a pro as well. So I'm going to go through the actual prices of how much it costs for just a cycle, and that through people I actually know. People have actually told me themselves, obviously research wise. It's a rough estimate, because obviously you can take many things, from a tiny amount like test to quite a lot of substances mixed together, and then there is an off plan which is called a cruise, which you have to take, and other supplements to help the body function. So to take a cycle, you're probably looking at anything from 200 to 600. It could be even more, like I said, depending on where you're getting them from. When I wanted to go on HRT, which is a testosterone booster, doctors usually charge about £400 for the cycle. So you know it's going to be more if you're taking more substances, so just bear that in mind. So when you're taking steroids of all sorts, you have to buy other stuff to keep your body healthier. Like I said, I'm not a professional in this. If you want to find out more, easily just go on YouTube and go to somebody who's a professional in this field, and they will go through everything in more detail. I have a friend that is actually on some gear, and he was paying roughly around about £400 a cycle. like I say, costs vary. I would personally would get a coach who's a professional, I would say, in this. Somebody who's took themselves, obviously. If you're becoming a pro, make sure you get a blood test as well. I would say get a blood test at least two times a year, which is going to cost more money as well. That could cost anything up to, well, anything up to £300-400, probably even more, depending if you're going private or you're going from an online test. You know, it can cost a lot of money. And like I said, for this, is it really worth it just for a medal? You know, even the big massive competitions don't really win much. You know, they don't really win much. You know, it's £10,000, £20,000 for a competition. You know, for all the graft you've been going through, all the money you've spent throughout that year, you've really not really making much more money back than you are. So it does cost a lot. Obviously, you'll get a lot of attention, social media. Maybe you probably will get sponsors. So if you do become a pro or very, very good bodybuilder, you don't have to do a show to get sponsored. Some of the things I've mentioned in this video, you might actually get for free, like supplements or clothing if you're sponsored by Gymshark, if you're lucky enough to do that. So it all depends on how much you want to go into bodybuilding. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If I have missed out anything, just comment down below. I did like doing this video. I thought it needed to be explained because some people don't realise how much it does cost to actually become a bodybuilder. It's not just being a bodybuilder, but obviously being fit or doing a certain sort of gym exercise. This is obviously not just being a bodybuilder. You can be to be a CrossFit person or in any sort of sporting career. It costs money to become, you know, a better version of yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, obviously please give us a thumbs up, and remember, if you are new, give us a subscribe, because the more people who follow me, I do appreciate it, and it can spread the word out to others. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again.